I'm a movement designer and head of the technical offices at Chopard. When you're working on something new, the first phase is called the feasibility study. At this point, anything's possible. Of course, we're given a theme to work on, but after that, there are no barriers and very few limits. This avoids stifling the imagination and blocking new ideas. But of course, before long, reality may catch up with us. Either because of the size of the movement, you have to be able to wear it on the wrist, or because of the complexity of what we have to design. I think that most case designers are people with imagination and curiosity. That's what enables them to do this kind of work. Imagination and the ability to see what a mechanism could be like those are the qualities that people expect in a designer. It's true that watchmaking is a relatively old profession that has a strong element of craftsmanship. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel, but there's always room to improve and develop new movements. And existing movements are always being adapted to a new watch or a new size. The basic question is always the same. What do you want to show? A date's always a date, but there are variations in the way you display it for the client. That's where we have to invent new mechanisms. Today, new possibilities are becoming available thanks to new production methods. We have new opportunities that our predecessors didn't have. They certainly had the same ideas, but not the same possibilities for manufacturing. My last project involved a new idea for us: to display the time of sunrise and sunset at a given location, such as Geneva. In the sunrise and sunset display, there can be a small amount of give in the hands. They may shake a little. We wanted to eliminate this so that certain positions of the watch do not cause the hands to shake. So one of our principal new ideas was to use elastic gear teeth, which avoid this problem. This is a drawing of elastic gear teeth. Here is a normal gear wheel. At the bottom and the top, there's a toothed section where alternate teeth have been replaced with an elastic arm. The arm grips the tooth on the wheel below, thus avoiding any give between the gear wheels. To come back to the size of the parts briefly, the thickness of this tooth is 0.05 millimeters, just 5/100ths of a millimeter. On the screen it looks enormous, but in reality it's very small indeed. It's true that even with these manufacturing technologies, it's the watchmakers who will have to assemble these parts to finish them, because the edges will be beveled and drawn out. We maintain a high standard of finishing, so they really need to have expertise on the workbench. A prototype builder receives our components and starts assembling the watch, but sometimes he has to stop and tell us there's a problem. Generally, they find a nice way to say it, but some people find it hard to accept. We have a tendency to think that everything we do is good. But it's very important to have this dialogue between the design on the screen and the reality on the workbench. We both need one another to solve problems and create a finished product. What's really interesting about this job is starting with a blank screen. We imagine a mechanism that is original, if possible, and gradually we bring it into existence. When the prototype builder has assembled it, and we see it working for the first time, it can be an emotional moment. It's the birth of a watch or a mechanism.